Oh, just wash it off. It'll be fine. Wash off the meat. Like she thinks it's okay, you know. So I might as well suck it up one day and do it, but don't tell her because she'll be really pissed off at me. So
yeah, it's worth it. It's a secret. It's a secret.
Nice. I love it. I love it. So those of you who heard our show last year and our podcast with Jenna, Jenna is the traffic person in the morning on PHL 17 morning show, which goes from 5 a.m. till 9 a.m. Actually, 4:55 a.m.
Yes, Britt, you're right.
I know, because you told me like 10 times that day. You reminded me.
5 minutes. The 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Important.
And you know, you just picked up that extra hour since we spoke.
Yeah.
And Lynn, I'm thinking that maybe you and I could audition for the 5th hour of the morning show, the 9 to 10 slot.
I think that would be amazing.
Oh my gosh. Mornings with Mama Meisner and Britt James. What the heck?
Yeah.
What could be better than that?
Come on.
She's already putting in her audition tape. So what we're in my home studio, if you will,
Yes.
since I've been working from home.
I recognize it.
Everything that is happening in the world. And she has come on twice now.
In my pajamas once, because literally I checked in the study door to see if she's okay. She's like, come here. I'm like, I'm in bed. Okay, come on. I'm like, what the hell? It's a pandemic. I look gorgeous. Who looks gorgeous during a pandemic? No one.
Well, and this is crazy because, you know, here we are sitting in the middle of a pandemic and we are in such uncertain times,
Right.
such strange and bizarre times. You know, I mean, I've never experienced anything like this, and I'm sure you guys haven't either then. So like here we sit, you know, with such uncertainty, but yet we still get up each day and we're going about our daily routine as best we can.
Right.
I mean, other than the fact that Jenna, you and Tate have moved in with Mom.
Yes.
You know, for the
Three's company.
How long has it been since you've been staying with her?
Oh, wow. Well, we came here in December.
Yeah.
December. So almost 6 months.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're
6
getting
months.
Yeah.
So now you're forced to be together and not really leave for the last month.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tate.
Favorite, you remember, come on, knock on my door.
Take a step that is new.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's from Three's company.
Yeah.
So, you know, Lynn, you and I were laughing about this, but hey, Tate, how are you feeling about all this?
Yeah, it's definitely experience for sure, but I think it's great. You know, I obviously love both of them. And it's kind of funny too, because it's, you know,
Good response,
Tate.
Tate.
Yeah.
No, but if, you know, it's funny because, you know, daughter, mother, you know, bickering, it's kind of hard because what am I supposed to do? I'm on the fence more times than ever.
He doesn't know what side to take.
Yeah. And then,
No, because of course he's with you, Jenna, but then of course he has
Yeah, it's wrong.
Lynn cooking for him.
Yeah. Cleaning up after him. He
Yeah.
is like living the dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Not only am I cleaning up and cooking for him now, but my mom is too.
Yeah.
He's like,
So
let's stay here forever.
yeah, I can't complain, but also it's funny because of the difference, you know, Lynn's always right and I'm always right. So that's always fun.
Oh my gosh.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah. So,
And he'll say, well, I'm just saying. And I'm going to say, well, I'm just saying too. Because I'm a lot
See,
older
Britt,
and
you're
wiser.
getting a front row seat to every day what happens here. And especially in quarantine now, it's like 24 hours a day.
I love this. This is great.
And Jenna's like, you're not going to win, and he's not going to win. So just like, so then we'll stop for 30 seconds and be like, but you know, that is the way I feel.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay,
It
but
doesn't end.
it doesn't end.
Right. It's fantastic.
And then she'll sleep for 4 hours, and then
We're back at
we
it.
fight it out.
That's right, because when you're done for the day, you take your nap, I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll
And the
take
two of you are up and about.
Exactly.
So for the two of you, I mean, this is pretty surreal to begin with, Jenna, for you to be doing traffic from home. All right. First of all, that's a little crazy to begin with. That we're really still reporting on traffic, which we need to, of course, you know, because people are on the roadways and have to get through. And then there's people that shouldn't be on the roadways, of course. But you're doing this from home. How has this changed for you? How has this been different for you?
Well, I first off, never thought in a million years that I would be able to do my job from a home setting. Whenever there was really bad snowstorms in the past or things where people could work from home, I always was so jealous because I knew no matter what was happening in the world, I was going into work. But that has obviously all changed now. So now that I'm working from here, some positives, I get to wake up a little bit later. I used to set the alarm for 2:15. Now I get to wake up around 3, which is nice.
That's awesome.
So 45 minutes of sleeping in. I only have to look nice from the waist up. So I've been in slippers and pajama pants and sweatpants.
She doesn't have pants on. Don't let her fool you.
I swear.
Nothing.
But you showed everybody your sweatpants yesterday.
I did.
You did.
Britt is such a loyal viewer.
I am. You know, and it also comes to the fact that, like, you know, like there are other stations that I could watch, you know, but like I just, there's that realness, you know, there's that that authenticity that comes across from the entire morning team, you know, and I think that's what I love about it.
Yeah, that's what we hope for.
Yeah, and you do it. So and you know, but what made you choose this as your studio? The background that I'm seeing, all the pictures and
So this is
trophies.
interesting. This is actually the darkest room in the house. So it has the least natural light. So from a standpoint of setting up all the equipment, if I was to show you the other side of this, you would kind of see like a big camera, there's a monitor, there's a big light that you would use in the actual studio. So for all of this stuff to have a nice lighting, you need to be in a really dark room. And this office just happens to be the darkest room in the house. So,
but it's cool too because it has all like everything behind you like that.
Yeah.
The whole life of the Meisner family behind you.
Exactly. And a lot of viewers have been having fun with this, kind of asking, you know, what certain things are behind me. I've been able to pull some of the things off the shelves and show people more about who I am and who my family is. So it actually really worked out that we ended up setting up in here.
I love it. I love it. And you had an Easter egg hunt there the other day?
Yes, I did. My coworkers didn't want to do it, but I forced them to.
Oh, the Easter egg. Yeah. And then I said, Jen, you want me to bring a big bunny and it could sit next to you on the thing and we could plug it in? And she's like, I'm going with the bunny. I'm like,
what do you mean? Why not?
Right? It was big. It's a big
It was
bunny.
a ginormous outdoor bunny that was meant to be like on a front lawn, and she wanted to just carry it in.
She didn't want the bunny to take away from her beauty. She just wants me in my pajamas.
Oh my God.
Extra beautiful.
You're right.
Yeah. Forget the bunny.
Tate, have you made an appearance yet?
No, I haven't. I made
They
sure
asked
of
for
it
him, but he comes down and like
with
this
hair
pandemic
mess.
is really taking a toll on this man's hair.
Yeah.
Right now, it is
Oh.
really low.
Wow.
So
there you go.
when he was coming down in the morning,
Yeah,
he doesn't want to be. He's quiet. I think he's quieter.
Yes.
He's more shy.
Yeah. He's
So-
right all the time now. He might be shy, but he's right.
there it is.
He's definitely right.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
So Lynn, this sounds like this bothers you that he's right all the time.
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just that I have to fight it out because I'm not going to agree with things that I think I'm right.
Yeah.
But like if he
Sure.
thinks that Leo just pooped on the kitchen floor, I'm going to say it's okay because he's 19. When you're 137 and you poop on the floor,
We need to backtrack because people don't know who Leo is.
Listen, I get it though. I know who Leo is.
Dog. For everyone listening,
Yeah.
watching, not a human.
Yeah.
People might get confused that a 19-year-old brother is going to the bathroom on a kitchen floor. No, it is a dog.
It's a dog. Yeah.
But the funny thing is like I'm following along like, what's the problem with the story? And I didn't really think about the listeners are like, who's this 19-year-old Leo pooping on the floor? No, it's not okay that he's doing that.
it's someone who has given up on the pandemic and they don't care what kind of life they're doing now. Yeah, that's what it is. Steve.
Oh my gosh.
Other than that, I mean, we get like I'm pretty easy to get along with, I think.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like I let them do whatever they want to do. I do what I want to do.
Yeah.
And you know,
They just don't get in the way.
then we're fine.
We're good.
Yeah.
Smooth sailing.
And so the three of you are all home together and the three of you are all fitness people. You all work out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
do now.
What's that?
I really don't enjoy working out. Like, I have to say, I rather eat healthy, and then I follow like the 80-20 rule, where 80% is what you eat, 20% is your activity.
I like that.
Quarantine has kind of forced me, because like, what else am I going to do? Like, there's nothing else to do, so might as well work out. But yeah, these two, Tate and my mom, are like fitness freaks. So
I just love it. I love it for sanity. I love it for a million things, and especially right now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's helping.
Yeah. And like when the kids were grown and I was bored and I didn't want to go back to being a nurse, because that's originally what I went to school for nursing. So I went and got my personal training license at 47. And because that's what I loved. I loved the gym and I loved people and making people feel good. So I did that at an old age. And then I became even more addicted. Yeah.
That's amazing. And
So it's fun.
you have such positive energy about it all. You know, you have that consistent upbeat energy. So
Hey, you
that's
have to, right?
absolutely. You know, it's better than the alternative.
Exactly.
And Tate, you work out. You're athletic. You know.
Yeah.
Well, Tate, we know now who you know Jen is. We know who Mama Meisner is, because Mama Meisner actually is a fixture on the morning show as well.
But yeah, I definitely do. I definitely like working out. I think it's because I was a student athlete, you know, because going to North Carolina or being an athlete my entire life, you know, I'm running around all weekend or, you know, practice every day. You know, I was in not so much like a workout mode, but I was playing. And then when I kind of got away from that, once I graduated, the sport I played, which I played lacrosse there, has a professional, but it's not so much like you can do that for a living. It's not like football, basketball, baseball, and stuff. So, you know, going into this real world where, you know, some jobs are you're sitting in front of a, you know, computer screen, or you're sitting in your car all day, you know, I had to get somewhere where, because my body was just used to it. Some days when I didn't, if I even 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, I would feel horrible. And it just, so I needed to find an outlet. So that's why I always need something, just like kind of like what Lynn says, it's just a release. And it's kind of like, especially nowadays, it's kind of, you know, puts the day quicker, you know, it gets everything going, you know, spend an hour and a half in the gym is like an hour and a half nap. So we kind of string along days. So, you know.
I have to remember that next time I'm taking that hour and a half nap, and I should say I should be at the gym.
Or you can do both. You can do both,
right?
and there it goes. 3
Yeah.
hours. 3 hours in the day. Hour and a half nap, hour and a half workout. You're good.
I have this I don't know, this fear of going to the gym. I don't like gyms.
Yeah.
I just don't like them at all. I don't know why.
you walk all day long.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you
do.
are walking, like
Yeah.
you're working out.
For
That's
sure.
working out.
For sure.
I wish that would tell it to like the weight that I'm not dropping. Because, you know, it doesn't help that I work all day long, that I come home and I devour like a full pizza on my own. So, hey, where'd you go?
Daily life is crazy busy. I mean, you help so many people, and your stories and your Instagram and your posts, I have to tell you honestly, they are such an inspiration to me, and I'm sure everybody that reads that. If there were more people like you in the world, there would be so much less hurtfulness and, you know, people that aren't treated nice. So I just want to thank you for that.
Wow, I appreciate that so much. That means a lot to me, because, you know, I just sort of, I post what I post because it helps me.
Yep.
It helps me to heal from things that I've gone through
Yep.
and from things that I'm still going through. And I figure if it's helping me, hopefully it's helping 1 or 2 other people as well.
More
And
than
it's just-
1 or 2, I'm sure.
well, and it's been great because, you know, I go places and people recognize me for it. It's so weird because like, that's not me. That is so not me, you know, but I appreciate you saying it, because I think at the end of the day, what happens is we tend to forget that we're all sort of the same, you know, we're all humans, and that we all go through some type of experiences each day. Some are very positive, some may not be very positive, some may be very uncertain like it is now. And people are so afraid to talk about that.
Right.
People are so afraid to talk about, you know, their emotions or being transparent. And that's the way I was for many, many years. And I often say now that me being transparent is what saved me. It's what keeps me going each day. you know,
Yeah.
because before, like, I would never show emotion. Like, you would never hear me admit to anything that was wrong. And that sort of wasn't the way I was brought up either. But so, you know, I sort of just do what I think is right. And hopefully other people do think it's right as well and appreciate it. So thank you so
Well,
much.
it is. It's so inspirational. And it really, you know, some of them just really stop and make you think, like, you know what, being quarantined or
not
being
that
in this
bad.
pandemic, it is not that bad.
Could be way worse.
It could be a million times worse. And the people, you know, some people are like, oh my gosh, I can't stay home another day. Well, I see some of the people that you see, and that just puts it all into perspective.
And it's interesting because, you know, I don't, when I'm out doing what I do and I'm with, you know, my friends out there on the streets and those in need, like, once again, it's like, to me, they're just people, you
Yeah.
know, and they need that little bit of extra attention and a little bit of extra, you know, assistance. And we all do, you know, we all do. Cause like I said, we all do go through some crazy things each day, and some days are easier than others. So, you know, that's why working out, having a fitness routine each day is so important. People say it. And I will tell you that, like, on a weekend when I'm not really out walking and I'm not doing a lot of stuff, and I look at my step meter and I've only walked like 1.5 miles on a Saturday instead of like 8 to 10 miles on a Wednesday, I feel different mentally,
Yeah.
physically. So yeah, you know, all that is, you know, it's all relative. It's all relative. So Tate, you played lacrosse, you said, right?
Yep.
Jenny, you played lacrosse.
Yeah,
Kind of. It depends on what you define as playing.
She played lacrosse like this. I have to go to dance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be late for dance. Like, she didn't care where the stick was going, where the ball was going.
Lacrosse and field hockey, two sports that I did play in high school and grade school. They were more of like a social event for me. Like, my friends played, so it was more of a chance to just hang out with them more after school and at practices. But my passions were in dance. And then the fitness aspect of lacrosse and field hockey were just nice tag-alongs to make me stronger for dance.
Yeah,
Okay, so you danced. You were a dancer, right?
Yep, I was a dancer.
I remember this because last year, and I remember when we were talking about it, I sort of was ready to, like, I didn't sort of, I was poking fun of you and your lacrosse skills, because you were throwing lacrosse, you were throwing the ball at one morning, and you said, I said, so any play any sports? She's like, I played lacrosse, and I was like, ooh, open mouth, insert foot, and then I got to know you, and I'm like, it didn't really faze you.
Nope, did not faze me at all. I enjoyed the bench time during lacrosse. I got to wear the cute uniform, then watch everyone else sweat and run around.
Yeah.
And have dinners.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun.
So you guys, you know, Tate, you're coming from a close family
Mhm.
yourself, and
Yep.
your family right now, they're up in New Hampshire.
Yes.
And there's a distance right now. And you celebrated your birthday during this pandemic.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did. Well,
Yeah.
thanks to these two. Yep.
How was something like that? I mean, you weren't able to go out for dinner. You weren't able to go out for a drink. You didn't get a chance to even, like, you know, hug a family member. Like, you know, you did it just like we're doing this now via, you know, video. How was that?
To be honest, like, you know, obviously I would love to have my parents were actually thinking about coming down and seeing us, but, you know, where we are now, I think it was pretty amazing. I got to see not only my parents, my sister, you know, Jen's sisters and their families, now I call them my little babies.
My nieces and
The
nephews.
nieces and nephews.
And how many of them are there now?
4.
4 of them. Yeah. But we also got my grandmother on there. So she's not exactly tech savvy, but she had the FaceTime facing
Took
the
us like
computer.
2 hours to
Yeah.
set her up on a video conference.
She did it.
Yeah, she did it, and it was pretty incredible. I know you probably saw Jen's video, but everyone went away. We actually spent, what, an hour and a half,
Yeah.
2 hours just talking with her. So,
Yeah.
you know, especially this time, I mean, you know, the older generations, you know, especially my grandfather who has, you know, pre-existing, he's kind of like the poster child for this disease. You know, it's great to see him and, you know, talk with them and know that, you know, they're okay. Because that's like the biggest thing right now, you know, obviously, being 7-hour drive or even, you know, with 3-hour or 2-hour plane ride, is tough. But seeing them on this day was great. Yeah. It was amazing for what the situation was.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to sing, blow out candles, eat
Yeah.
cake together. So perfect birthday otherwise. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. Amazing what we can do with technology. And then you also celebrated Easter while social distancing,
Yes.
correct?
Oh, that was the best surprise ever.
I'll let her take this one. because
Yeah. Tell me about that, Lynn.
Crying
Right.
on Easter.
So every day, my neighbor and I walk. So we're partners at the gym, but we walk the neighborhood. So there was a competition at the gym for walking.
Her stories
So-
are so long-winded.
I'll be really quick. So we thought we're going to enter this competition. So we walked every single day, including Easter. And we tried to get like between 6 and 8 miles in a day. So we're on our walk, and my oldest daughter, Tara, who has 3 kids, she FaceTimed me. I didn't answer. Once, twice, 3 times. I'm like, oh, I better get this. So I pick it up. I'm like, hey, Tara. She's like, where are you? I'm like, I'm walking. She's like, oh, we're walking too. And I was like, oh, you look so nice. You have earrings on. Did you get dressed up today? And then she turns the phone, and I was like, oh my God, you're at my house. Because I saw the house in the background. She's like, no, I'm not. I was like, yes, you are. So I said to my neighbor, we have to go. So I'm like, she's like, we'll get there. They won't leave. They won't leave. Came home. She and her 3 kids, Alexa, who you met, who used to be Project Motion, with Project Motion.
Yeah.
I didn't wait. Alexa was part of Project Motion?
Yes.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yes.
I met Alexa that night, but that night there was no way she was able to dance the night I met her. She was always
She was
almost
pregnant.
flop.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So she danced with Project Motion for 2 years. She danced out in Chicago for a jazz company, and then she came home and she got with Project Motion in Philly.
That's
And
awesome. And I love Project Motion. I love
love
Jen. She's awesome. So how long ago was it that she danced for them?
So Jack is 6 months old, so she was pregnant for 9 months. So do the math.
She's
Oh,
like,
so it was right before this.
So yeah,
Right before this.
she got pregnant. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool because then she was probably at one of the Morris Animal Refuge fur balls.
She was at all of them, and so were my husband and I. We used to go to all of that, and she recognized you when she went there, and when she wasn't dancing, just to support them.
Yeah.
And Jenna knew you, and she knew you, but both from different parts in Philly. How cool is that?
Oh, that's crazy. That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
because they've been a huge part of the fur ball every year.
Oh yeah, the fur balls are. We had so much fun at all those.
Really? So you were at them too, Lynn?
Yes.
Get out of here.
I
Did you
went
go to the one where they did the Studio 54?
you went to the car one.
I went to the car one where they did the Havana theme.
Down at the Simone Car Museum?
Yeah.
Yes, and then I don't think I went to the Studio 54. Where was the other one? Oh my
Muter
gosh.
Museum?
The Armory?
Yes,
It was at the Muter Museum, I think, right?
they did a thriller for Halloween,
Oh,
and
that was a few years ago.
yeah,
Yeah.
like the doctor
Yeah.
in Philly, I think. Yeah,
I wasn't at that one, and ironically enough, I've been at every other one except for the Car Museum one.
and they always had
Just
little dogs,
missed each other.
the little dogs in the
Yeah.
gates that you could take and adopt. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So
It
she
was
was
great.
So
Yeah.
your other sister, is she a dancer as well then?
They
Yeah,
all are.
all 3 of us.
All 3.
She's the only one that took it into a profession, though.
Right. She went to University of the Arts and actually majored in it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
See, and that's funny because I don't really know anybody that's ever majored in,
I know.
you know.
And neither did we. And we were like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. But that was her passion. And, you know, sometimes, like they say, the starving artist, it's so true. But like the job she got, she really worked hard to do something with a dance degree, so to speak. Yeah.
That is so cool. So you had Easter Sunday
Yeah.
all through the pandemic.
And they
now
were
we're
all
back.
here.
There got all the-
How did we get to this point from Easter Sunday? Like, this is just
I'll bring
showing-
us back always. I'll always bring us
Yeah,
back.
Because I said, you know, Alexa from Project
Yes.
Motion, because
Yeah.
I thought he knew
So
her.
we were all there.
Yes.
But we had to stay apart. So like my niece and nephews weren't understanding why they couldn't like hug or why they couldn't come close.
Yeah. And
But it was
my
nice to see everyone.
granddaughter went to reach out, and I was like, wait a minute, stay back. So we just played in the yard and like played with sticks and did things like I played with when I was a kid. So it just goes to show you, simple playing is still doable.
Absolutely.
And she went
Absolutely.
to hug me, and I was like, wait a minute, Avery. And she goes, I hate this virus. So sad, but they understand. Right?
Is your mom always this animated?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
You can hear her before you see her anytime in my life where she hasn't been in the room, but she's close. I know she's close because I can hear her.
I have knocked drinks off of waitresses' trays. I have given someone almost a black eye. I am paying both sides. You can't keep your limbs still.
Yeah,
Yes. Unless I'm in a straitjacket. Next time I'll be like this.
So when you guys are going out right now during this crazy time, if you venture out to the store or whatever, are you wearing masks?
Yes. So she
Yes.
has a homemade one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically just a t-shirt she cut and just wears it around. I've been wearing a bandana and like a scarf, but I really have tried, like we only are going out for groceries at this point. But even that, like grocery shopping now is like a 10-hour event. From the time
scary.
you get there to like all the new one ways you go through and then cleaning the groceries. It is, I'd rather just eat pasta for the rest of my life.
Me too. And not work out.
Not work out. I'm good.
Well,
So-
that's Gabby can eat pasta.
So it's funny you said that, the grocery shopping has become a chore. It's always been a chore to me. I hate it. I think it's like,
More so.
that's why I think Instacart is amazing.
Have
Do
you
you
ever
use
done
that?
it?
What's that?
You use Instacart?
I do when I can afford it.
I've
You
never
know?
used it.
I do because I'm lazy. I'm lazy. But you said that you come home and are you guys really washing the groceries when you come home?
So I didn't start doing that until this week. At the beginning of this, I was washing my hands, sanitizing my phone when I came home, but the groceries, I was just putting them away. But now, working in the news business, I hear it more and more every day, precautions you need to take and new things you need to do. And it seems like within the last week or so, groceries and clothing really have taken a forefront in ways to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So this week, the last round of groceries I bought, I did end up sanitizing them. And that is just like so weird. It's just such a weird thing to be like cleaning cardboard boxes, like cereal boxes, things like that. I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, like, what is
I
going
know.
on?
I know. It's
Listen,
crazy.
it's weird for me because, like I said, I don't drink coffee. I drink diet green tea all the time. And usually I don't drink it out of a glass. I drink it right out of the carton. I live by myself. It's easier that way. I don't have to dirty a glass and have to wash it then.
Britt,
like-
you're not that lazy.
I'm not that lazy. I'm a very busy man.
Yeah, that's
go with
what
that.
it is. Yes,
That sounds good.
you're right.
Very busy person. I don't have
Right.
anybody to cook for me. I don't have anybody to do my wash. If I were to take you on a tour of my home right now, you would see dogs and piles of wash. Like, piles of wash that I like. My dogs are sleeping in, so I feel bad doing the wash now because they're comfortable.
Yeah.
But
You don't
Yes.
interrupt them.
Right. You don't. And who cares? No one's gonna see it anyway, right?
nah, that's why I keep this screen right here at the wall. You don't see anything
Yeah.
else. It's perfect. But we've changed, the way we live. Everybody keeps talking about the new norm.
Yeah.
This is the new normal. And like, it's scary to think that that's what we're doing now, that we didn't do stuff like this before.
Right.
And what's going to happen though, when this is all not said and done, because I don't think it's ever going to be officially said and done, but when it starts to really wean off and teeter back, how are people going to go? Are they going to go back to what the old normal was? Is there going to be a new normal? What do you think? You think you're going to continue to wash groceries after this? Like
I
that?
would say no.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that some of the practices we put into place are going to stay. I think those guards that you're now seeing, like the shields in front of cash registers and things like that, I honestly do think they will stay.
They should.
And I'm hoping people will continue to wash their hands and use hand sanitizer. But as far as like personally, I don't know if I'm going to wash my groceries every single time I come home because it's annoying. It's making it 10 times more of a chore.
But I mean, like, I wash my hands 20 times a day normally. Some people, I guess, just don't. So that for me is like, or maybe it's because I have Leo and I'm touching things that people don't touch all day long. So I wash my hands. I wash my hands more. But like that routine is normal.
Yeah.
But like you said, washing the groceries.
I don't know. It's scary because you don't like, even when the country does open up more and things are a little bit more lax, I think people are still going to be really skittish about everything, like being in large groups and going to large events. I mean, we had weddings that we were expecting to go to, and my mom had a few that she was expecting to go to, and all of that is now just thrown out the window. I don't think people are going to want to go to those kind of events for at least, 6 months.
Our neighbors next door, and you're very familiar with Philly, so I'm sure you heard of the Crystal Tea Room and the Ballroom at the Den and the Union Trust.
Yes.
Actually, the Finley family runs those, and they're our neighbors. So every day when we walk, she tells me all the brides that have canceled, so are rebooked. So now there are brides that have, say they were March and they rebooked once. Now they're rebooking again. So it's just constant for them to just try to fix it all. And they've always done like March Madness and Phil Abundance, like all that at their venues. So all that is just either just canceled or try to reschedule it.
Life really has just been put on hold.
Everything.
Have you been working through this?
Yeah, so just basically work from home. I mean, it's like what really can you do? I mean, it's hard because it's you have to find that balance of being motivated, but realistically, like how much can you do, especially in a sales position. You can only email the same person so much before they'll
just ignore
you or you lose that certain situation. So it's a very hard balance of finding that,
For him, it's all about face-to-face contact,
exactly. I mean,
meeting people, going into people's businesses. And that's something that, he can't do right now.
Yeah. And you're on the road doing this stuff and you're interacting. So for you to sit behind a computer to begin with is like, what the hell?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. And so like you said, so it's kind of hard because, when you're used to being on the road and driving around and knocking on every door that you see, once you get put down in front of a screen, you kind of feel like, oh, am I not working as hard, or am I not doing what everyone else is doing, or am I doing less, or am I doing that?
And it doesn't help that my work day's done by like 10 o'clock now. Right. So I'm distracting because I'm like, you're home. What do you want to do? Like, I'm not. So like I'm done working and he has a normal work day to do, but it's like a weekend for me because I'm like,
I'm here.
And for you, Jenna, like you're a social being to be with your morning show family to begin with, and you don't have that interaction with them right now.
Right. And it's so hard because if you watch the show, you'll notice like I'm on a big delay compared to them. So a big part of our show is being able to react to these stories that are trending and to talk about things that are funny in the news. And they're like having a great time. And then like 15 seconds later, I'm like, oh, wait, guys, I have something to say too. And they're like, we already moved past that, Jenna. Yeah. So the delay has been really tough. And of course, I'm really close with Monica and we would chat like every commercial break. She would either be in the traffic center, I'd be in the weather center, just like annoying each other. And we can't do that. I'm just down here and in my study by myself.
Can you see them in the morning?
So I can't see them. I see what you're seeing at home. So I have a television on that. My living room is actually just right off here to my right, and I can see the TV. So I can see them, but I'm seeing what you're seeing. So I'm hearing them way earlier because with television, of course, there's going to be a delay from what the viewer sees. So I'm seeing them about 15 seconds behind of what I'm hearing. So it's really trippy. I mean, it's like, it's weird. I'm looking forward to getting back in the studio.
For
sure.
And they made the decision, I mean, to a lot of news stations, not just PHL 17. I mean, ABC has done it, CBS, they've all done it. They're keeping their anchors in place, basically. but they're social distancing them in the newsroom.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough right now to get equipment to send people to work from home is on back order. Like all these stations are trying to get lights and they're trying to get live units to send home. And like right now as a company and trying to send your talent home is becoming basically impossible. Right now we're in the works of possibly getting Monica to be home as well, just to create more of a distance. But the equipment, there's a shortage right now, like everything, because everyone's trying to send people home and it's just not working.
Right? Which I think is crazy to begin with. If like, you would think about maybe even like 10 years ago, would this be possible?
I honestly don't think so. I don't think it would.
No. I mean, it's amazing what it's done. But like I said, once again, this being the new norm, I mean, to be sitting here as I'm watching the news and to be watching you do it from your home, it's just crazy. Yeah. It sort of makes like life as we know it become a little bit, I actually it's made things a little bit more simpler to an extent.
It has. Right. It really has.
Like our biggest concern nowadays is like, okay, do we have enough toilet paper?
Yeah.
Like that has been like, we have a few bathrooms and we are always
and I have to tell you, we're short. I save my paper towel from my coffee. I save everything.
It's like we have resorted to Wawa to get our toilet paper, and it's like one roll of like the cloggiest toilet paper you'll ever see in your life. And
it's like, can't boys go outside? Yeah. So that's one down, and then there's only two.
You just have to do it at night, Tate.
First to go in the grocery store, first to go outside.
It's a struggle. We'll be like, how much toilet paper is in the downstairs bathroom? Okay,
if you see Lynn going outside to dig a little hole in the streets, Tate, you're in trouble.
Have you found that when you drop off and you do, you're helping all the people that you help? Have you found shortages and those things like toilet paper and paper towels, like what we are?
Oh, absolutely. Well, for me, myself alone, like I live out in the Manayunk-Roxborough area.
Oh, okay.
I really personally want to know what people used to wipe themselves with before this happened, because I have yet to find a roll of toilet paper in the entire Manayunk-Roxborough area since this started.
I can't understand.
Like not making light of the situation.
No, it's true.
My mom was like, "Is diarrhea a symptom of this? Like, why are people going for toilet paper?" It was something that like we really couldn't wrap our heads around.
Yeah, like I don't get it. I mean, in your youth, coming home from parties, sometimes like toilet paper wasn't a necessity if you had to pull over on the side of the road, but like today
what are you talking about?
What youth are you talking about, Lynn?
She went to different parties than the rest.
Oh my gosh.
We all
in the middle of nowhere. Was that your youth?
Yeah, but like now it's like I never thought I feel like the day where I was so short on something so essential now.
And me too. And I got to be honest with you, like I have a little OCD, and I'm a bit of a paper towel and toilet paper snob. Like I have to have the right TP.
Yeah.
Like when I go to my place in Miami, my one roommate buys it. I'm like, I got to go out and get a whole new roll. When I have paper towels, they have to be a selected size, extra strength Bounty, blah, blah, blah. I don't want these like crappy Vivas and stuff like that.
That are gonna break. And now you get like that, like you have to throw all that out the window because it's what you get now.
Wow. I had my last roll of 2-ply toilet paper, and I had to pick up this eco-friendly stuff from Sprouts. I'm so scared.
And no one needs to clog their toilets right now, because then that's another disaster.
Absolutely. And all these people are home, so they're being used more.
Right. Yeah. And our oven's broken here.
Yes.
What?
Our oven is broken.
Yeah.
So
for like 2 months now.
So it broke at the beginning of March, and it was something that we were like, oh, like we'll do it. And then of course this all happened 2 weeks later after it broke. So now you don't have people coming into your homes to fix things. So
beeps all day long.
All day long. It's just like this beeping sound.
Is it just the oven part, or is it the whole?
No, so I decided to cook a turkey that Tate brought home back in December while she
Baseball.
Florida.
Right. It always
So
goes
it's
back to
baseball.
tape.
See, that,
So-
you saw a little thing. That's exactly what everything is.
That
turkey-
Tate brought home, decided to bring home.
See, that it just goes like this, and then it just like. Right
It was
here.
delicious.
Because Tate wanted to cook the stupid turkey, now we don't have an oven in quarantine.
And it destroyed my oven. It like splattered. So I was like, I'll self-clean it. Self-clean the oven.
Yep.
But the turkey was great, right?
The turkey was delicious.
And then it still thinks it's locked.
The door is locked.
I don't know. Maybe it had like, maybe it knew we were all going to be locked in the house shortly. So it was like giving us a warning. So it thinks it's locked and it won't stop.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I love to see Lynn and Tate together because you're like, are like almost like brother and sister.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah.
Yes.
Starting to get that.
Like, awesome. And Jenna just sits there with her composure. smiling.
Yeah. That's I'm always just like
Uh-huh.
because and of course I go to bed early because I wake up early and like Tate sometimes he doesn't want to go to bed at 7
Oh,
o'clock
because
at
he
night.
knows all the Jeopardy answers too.
So that I'll listen to the two of them downstairs.
He
And
does.
they'll be watching Jeopardy together. And I'm like, what has my life turned into? Like, how did we get here?
You know this, Lynn? You know this? I'm like, yeah, I think I do. Duh, he says the right answer. Yes.
But see, that would be me with the college edition. I could get all the
Yeah,
college
all
edition
college
answers.
Hard.
Yeah.
No problem. The other ones, like, who needs to know that stuff?
Yeah.
Who really needs to know it? You
Interesting.
know,
I'll never
what's
use
that guy's
it in
name? Ken Jennings. I'm proud of that guy. Good for him, but I don't need to know all that information.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm dangerous enough without that information.
I feel your pain. Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh. And for me to be able to sit and do this right now, this has been great because, I'm around my dogs all day long, and when I'm not, and I am actually working because I'm an essential employee, what am I doing? I'm walking dogs because I have clients that are firemen, that are policemen, that are nurses, doctors. So we work with the essentials, but to be able to have this type of interaction is great because I miss it. I truly miss it.
Yeah.
Where do you go for your studio though, normally? Like when you went last time to a show?
It was on American Street. Where?
American Street over in Kensington area, American and Dolphin, basically.
So you haven't been able to go there?
No,
No.
not been able to go there, and I don't know. Dylan's on now, but I think it's been at least almost a month.
Wow.
I think it's been a month because when they did the first week of you couldn't go out, only essential employees,
Yeah.
when everybody thought it was just going to be 1 week. Do you remember that? Everybody's like, oh, 1 week. And all of
Right.
a sudden, like 2 weeks. It
Yeah.
was then that the station was shut down
Done. Yeah.
because the station being a media center isn't like a news station like you would have like
Right.
even like like the Breeze, they're operating from home. Valerie Knight, she's working from home.
Yes.
Ann Evans, who does Total Trap, she's working from home. So everybody's been working. So this has become sort of like the new norm, and for me, it's been actually cool because I don't have to worry about getting somebody there and getting there.
Right.
And,
You get to be in people's homes. Like you get to
Right.
see people's homes.
Right.
Like I think that's been a really cool thing about watching everyone work from home. I'm always like looking in the background,
Yeah,
like,
same.
oh,
me too.
I love that. I love it.
Well, and I got to be honest with you too, and everybody will know now. I also judge people by what I see in the back of their homes. Like, is that an artificial flower arrangement I see? Come on, you could do better than that. You know?
No, I think that a lot of people are doing the same exact thing. They just won't say it. They're
I
like,
can turn away from my thermometer. There we go.
But I think it's fun to be in like a room. Like I said to her, do you want me to take some of this stuff down? Is it distracting?
No.
But I think it's fun to be in like a real room and not,
set up.
this way it is every day of our lives. So
Well, and allow me to do this to sort of go a little sentimental here. And I'm sorry if I do it, but to be able to do this in the room with all those pictures from childhood and growing up, it's also almost like a tribute to your dad, Jenna, that
absolutely.
he's there with you.
Pictures
Yeah.
actually behind me.
Mhm.
And like this was his
I'll show you.
workspace. Like
Yeah.
I
his
figured
office.
that. I could tell the dark wood, all that. So
No, it's very masculine. So I think that like he would not believe, he would lose his mind if he knew that this is what we were doing right now. So yeah,
Mayor
like a lot of
Rendell.
the pictures in here, that light's kind of reflecting, but a lot of the pictures in here,
is that him and Ed?
yeah.
Ed, I love Ed.
Yeah.
I do. Well, Ed's a big supporter of Morris.
Yes. Yes, he is.
And of course, Ed's in charge of Safe House. He's the Safe House
Yes.
man. But
Yes, he is.
so so the listeners know your father. He just passed recently.
Right. So in November, that was the reason that Tate and I actually moved back into here, just to help out, to be with my mom.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has been, I mean, talk about one huge life-changing event to now what we're in currently, everybody's in.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2019 into 2020 has not been our best year, but we are healthy. Our family's healthy.
Yeah.
And just trying to take it day by day.
Sudden loss is the worst. He was a car dealer for many, many years. In fact, one of the best stores was the Philadelphia Auto Mall, Meisner Chevrolet. Did you hear that, Britt?
The minute you said car dealer, in my mind I went Meisner Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Never put together.
Some people don't put it together, but they came here in 1979 and opened a store in Glen Olden in Delaware County, where I was from. So that's where we met. And then they went on to open the Auto Mall. It was the first store before you got into the Auto Mall on the left.
It's like a big enterprise now.
Now it's Enterprise Leasing.
Right.
And then opened, several other stores throughout the years. It was him and his brother. And, never missed a day of work. That he loved to work. That was his favorite thing, to work and golf. And of course, us first. And had a heart attack out of the blue. 3 weeks, I call them our 3 bonus weeks, because he was amazing, doing a million things, went back to work, feeling great, went to the doctor's on a Wednesday. That night he passed away. Well, it was Thursday morning. Yeah. So it just goes to show you.
Unexpected.
It was, completely unexpected.
But like you said,
he would not want us to stop living, be depressed.
Yeah.
Because my girls and I were not like that. You have to take everything in stride and you have to move on. And not that we're moving on and we don't think or miss him every second of the day, but we're moving on in his honor, because that's what he would want us to be doing.
We were saying that he would probably be excited that his study would finally
oh
be
my
on
gosh,
TV.
he would be thrilled.
He'd be behind
He
the
would
camera.
be like, my mom does this, and I make fun of her because the doors are glass, so you can look in here. And she'll just come down at 8 a.m. Like, we have a whole hour left of the show and just sit outside of the door and just watch in the door. And I was like I know 100%. I know I'm like a caged animal in here. But 100%, he would have been doing the exact same thing.
Yes, he would have.
So
And judging you on what you wore.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, he
That was
always
his thing.
did.
He would hate this. I think he would probably hate what
He
I'm
would
wearing.
say, tell her not to wear that Pocahontas dress. This one dress was like tan and a little baggy. He'd be like, tell
He said
her
I
right
look like
now.
Pocahontas. I'm like, I love this dress. But so major changes for our family, but really lucky. My brother-in-law's Tate.
I'm surrounded by the
has
best
been
guys ever.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I would be lost without them.
I got to tell you, every time that I'm around you all, I just feel such great energy, and there's always just such positivity, and you're always so upbeat and happy and smiling. I just love it.
Well, when this pandemic is over and we open the pool, come over with all your dogs and we'll have some vegetarian meatballs.
Tell you what, I'll come over. I'll leave the dogs at home. I'll leave my shirt on, and I'll eat some vegetarian meatballs. And you're all welcome for that.
Hey, we've seen it all.
Oh, I'm not sure about that yet. Trust me, I see it every day in the mirror. So,
hey, you have to love what you see, because if you can't love yourself, then you can't love anyone else.
That's what Tate says all the time.
Yep.
Who says that, Tate?
Hey,
Yeah.
because not to go back to the working out that we already talked about, but it takes him so long to work out because we joke that half the time he's just checking himself out while he's working out.
In the full beer in the gym. We're in the portion of the basement doing our workout.
Hey, are you taking selfies in the mirror?
He doesn't take any gym selfies, thank goodness, because I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could date him
That's
if
my
he did.
other son-in-law.
But yeah, my mom's like, it takes him so long to work out because he's checking himself out half the time.
Where did your mom disappear to here? We're ready to wrap up. She walks away.
Come on, Grant. I didn't want to drop the nair or judge the other guy.
I forgot she had the
picture.
picture.
The
Well,
guy, do you want to show?
You said taking your picture, smile.
Oh,
I am. I'm taking your picture. Smile. Because I don't know how to do that other fancy stuff. Plus, the best part about me and being technology like challenged is that this entire time you were large on my screen, but then I touched something, you got really small. So that's why I keep looking and squinting. So
Oh,
You can't get it that way.
selfie.
She's trying to take a selfie
I
from the
got it.
background.
Hey, I love that quote that you have there for when you work out, regardless of what it's for or why. I think that's
yeah.
amazing.
If you can't love yourself, who can?
If you and I think that's something that we all should sort of live by each and every day.
Yeah,
you
right.
know? So, but Jenna, I got to tell you, I appreciate you so much. You make my mornings that much better when I turn on channel 17. You know, it makes it even more special because, you know, you're just an amazing individual. You're a good friend. You have just a genuine family and great people by your side. So I appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much. And I appreciate you so much.
Oh, thanks. You're not around me enough. That's
I
why.
feel like this last year, we said, like, when I first was with you a year ago, we were still a newer friendship. I had met you a few times through, of course, Eddie Keels, but now, like, a whole year later, it's crazy to see. Like, I feel like I've known you forever. And I'm, so grateful for our friendship and the fact that you want to know my family as well.
it's so fun, so nice. I feel like I know Britt.
I know. And we just love you. So
Well, and your mom is probably one of my biggest supporters with my stories and comments.
I love them. I do.
I love her for that.
He probably thinks like, oh no, this lady again with the heart face or the 100 or whatever. But
Oh, it's cool. I appreciate it. That makes me feel good. It means that it's people are listening.
yes.
So, and but guys, I wish we always had more time and maybe we could do it again, sooner than later.
can't believe I'm a whole hour. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can sit here all day.
Right, don't get her started. She'll be here till like 4:00.
Yeah.
Like,
But and if you want to catch Jenna, you can catch Jenna on channel 17 Monday through Friday, 4:55 to 9 a.m. In the traffic. She is sitting there with Tate and with Lynn. You all are amazing. I love the three of you. Stay safe through all this. Keep doing what you're doing and have an amazing rest of the day. And for all the listeners out there, remember, whatever it is you stand for, be a voice. This is Britt Carpenter on Usula Radio. Talk to you all soon.
He's so cute.